This is the culmination of months of work. Hi everyone, this is Linksword. If you are not familiar with me, I am a streamer on Twitch and also, as you can probably tell, a collector. And this is my first shot at a collection room that has been going on for a few months now. This is more or less the final product, at least for now. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to take you guys through most, if not all, pieces of the collection and detail where they came from, how much I really like them, how much effort I put into this room, and just really go through everything. So this is going to be a little bit lengthy. I'm recording off of my phone, so I don't know how perfect this is going to be. But let's start from the beginning. So this room was actually a huge mess. I made a video on it prior, and you can kind of see the transformative process from start to where we are now. So we had to go through, clean the carpet, paint the walls, clean the windows, and put tint and everything up. It took a lot of effort to actually transform this room, but it turned out well. It looks fantastic, and this is something I'm proud to call my own. So we're going to start on the right here when you walk in. So this is my desk. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. There's my computer. Underneath, over here, is some additional supplies, like various magazine stands or like power cords, stuff like that. And over on the left side, in that briefcase is actually a rental unit for a Nintendo 64 from Hollywood Video back in the day. So, I think it has a lot of history to it. And this black box it kind of doubles as a chair, I guess, and there's some water too. The black box holds some stuff inside of it. At the moment, there's not a whole lot. There's just a couple of spare things in there. Obvious stuff. Here's this mug that Viper sent for Christmas. I keep it there to remember things. Along here, we have some of my favorite stuffed animals and trinkets. My Neku figure, Foof the Bat, Gormagala, and of course, CPF. What's going on, CPF? There is my soundproofing with a Toon Link that my mom gave to me when I went to see her in Arizona. It has the hoodie that Viper sent me, and I'm not going to detail what's on the hoodie. Over here, we have various other things. You can see in the far back there's a Kyogre there. You can barely see his flipper arm thing. Mew plush that my brother gave me. Another thing that Viper sent, which is that Narmaya figure. Grand Blue fan, what up? And also back here is some other small stuff. Just some space filler stuff. There's the box. A couple other boxes to some smaller things. There's a Ho-Oh figure you can kind of see in there. And then even further behind that are a lot of amiibo that I plan on using for a variety of things. So that's what the immediate setup over here is like. Here's some balls. Shoutouts to balls. And the little vert thing is something that Taco sent on a Wii U lanyard that I got from attending the retail showcase thing when the Wii U was coming out. It was in they came by Denver in about summer. So yeah, you'll also see, here's just my very quick stream setup. Not a whole lot to show, honestly. You'll also see a lot of things like these posters here, and here. And these actually come from Best Buy. I know somebody at Best Buy. He saves me a lot of the display stuff, the floor items. So I decorated my room with those. Up here are some books. You see some strategy guides here. Some PlayStation stuff. These are actually retail... how to say, I guess, walkthroughs or guides. And I actually found them when Toys R Us was going down. The purple it's one of two things. I don't know which one that is. That's either the binder for my amiibo cards or some other stuff that I have in my collection that I can't really display. To the left, Slime Rancher stuff. It has its own cubby because I like Slime Rancher. Over here is a Kirby, I guess it's sort of like a keychain thing. You see them a lot, actually, all over the place. And above that is a Jibanyan thing that I got for working at GameStop for all of like 6 hours that 1 month. Along here is also some stuff just to fill in space on the windows. And then down here we have a variety of things. Pac-Man arcade machine, I think that's from 82 or something? I don't remember. Tamagotchi from early 2000s, whatever. My speakers, some display stuff for Sonic Heroes because I was able to pick those up on the cheap. A Sega Nomad, which I was happy to pick up. Got that really good condition, super cheap, and Balls is inserted. Shoutouts to Balls. And shoutouts to Balls. And then behind that, we actually have this candle holder. I actually have to move my my Nomad here. So this is nothing game related. I just think it's a really cool candle holder. My dad gave it to me. And then behind that is a Yu-Gi-Oh collection that it's just neat. It's Yugi. Well, I guess it's a Tem technically, but semantics. Anyway, so this is basically my point of view. I'll go ahead and like sit down here really quick. So these are the eyes of Linksword. You can see what I see. You can also see that my monitor is a little dirty, but you can also see my ridiculous setup and how the monitors kind of convene to a corner there. Not the best, but hey, I like my mouse and I like my keyboard. And there is my computer as well. Coming along, actually, before we move along, there's two drawers over here. These basically just hold some of my amiibo. And then this one holds things like my old keyboard, various controllers, stuff like that, SSDs, or rather external drives in general. But yeah, this is a trash can. There's nothing special about it. Here are more of these display things. I had a bunch. I figured I could put some use to them and make a little collage looking thing. I plan on organizing them as I get more and more, but I don't really want them to overlap a whole lot, so I'm gonna try not to do that. Going up above these are my misprinted amiibo. You can see Jigglypuff is missing its ear sticker, and this Robin has some orange spots on the sword that shouldn't be there. And that's just an example. You can also see there's a Pikachu without a nose further back in. Above that, even further, is a cube that I got from when Smash 4 released on the 3DS. And Nintendo was going around the country to participate in GameStops. And there just happened to be one in Denver. And I was able to get one of these from one of the reps. Pretty cool. There's a little ding in the corner, but overall a very unique piece. Haven't gone looking for these things, but I assume they're pretty rare. Also are some lights. I haven't decided if I wanted to open these yet. I think they look pretty cool. I especially like the rupee. I just got these for Christmas, so I'm not really sure if I want to open that and see what the lights look like. Up above, we have some Super Mario cereal. I am sure you saw the other cereal boxes. These are obviously more modern than the older ones. I will get more into those as we get to them. But for now, these are just a nice little complimentary piece to the other 4 boxes, in addition to just filling up some space. Now, this half of the shelf belongs basically to Pokemon cards, and the reason I did that is because I think these mythical collections from when Pokemon was doing its 20th anniversary are really cool. The plushes are relatively rare, and I also have Amiibo to go with all of them because it's the Kanto starters, so of course you do. Also, this is the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Can I get that? This is the Steelbook. I picked this up for, I guess it was like $20 or something. I don't know. But it's pretty neat. Have it facing on Pikachu because it's on the Pikachu shelf. And behind some of the other stuff to fill up some space are even more mythical collections. Stuff like Darkrai, for instance. But I think it looks really good as it is. I'm pretty proud of this shelf. Even lower over here are various amiibo. Not really any specifics, really. Just amiibo that I thought were really cool up front and also look colorful. That was basically my duty there. And overall, I think that this shelf is my most proud. It's very colorful and just has a lot of cool stuff going for it. Over here is probably, and I have to move my chair a little bit, so excuse me while I move just a bit. Over here is kind of the epicenter of the room. This is the main focal point. So up here we see more of the same stuff, just bigger form. There's a couple patent things. These are not actually like the originals. These are just, I guess they're faux, but they're just neat little patents that I thought filled up some space, so I threw them on there. Over here, though, is basically all of the stuff that I'm most proud of. So, an old Super Mario Bros. 2 lunchbox from Nintendo Power. This is a signed Nintendo Force issue from She Says, Boundary Break. When I won this, I was super stoked, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Nintendo Force and She Says, so to have a signed copy like that, I mean, check that out, dude. That's so freaking cool. And my shadow's in the way because my lamp is in a bad spot. This is actually my little brother's Switch box. He gave me the box, but the Switch is his. It's a Mario Kart 8 bundle, nothing really to say. It just looks nice by everything else. Over here is the Majora's Mask 3DS XL that actually is new in box. And I waited, I skipped a class the day that GameStop got its restock, and I went broke getting it, but I do not regret it one bit because it's freaking awesome. Not as cool as the Monster Hunter one, but still pretty awesome. In front of that, we have a Pokemon Mini. I got that from an acquaintance of mine that was selling it for relatively cheap in great condition, and it's just a really fun little console here. Check it out. Should probably take out the battery actually, since I haven't used it in a while. Over here is the Mario, I think it's 25th anniversary. You can barely see it, but yeah, Mario 25th anniversary DS. Found this for relatively cheap. Something that I've just had for a long time. Pretty happy about that. And behind that is a question mark block that holds a variety of things such as SD cards, flash drives, and games for the Pokemon Mini. Moving along here, we have this Fun Club card. So before Nintendo Power was Nintendo Fun Club, and this was somebody's card to it. So shoutouts to Jeff Call, whoever the hell that is. I don't know, but here's that. There's some number. Don't know if I should be giving that out, but what do I know? Also, this is the Char's sealed customized GameCube. I made a quick video about this. I actually made two. Pretty proud of that overall. Picked it up for a relatively good price. It has a little bit of sun damage on the back, but overall is just a phenomenal piece. And I do want to take out the GameCube and display it and stuff. I just kind of ran out of room here. Over here are two of the kiosk demo discs for the GameCube, and they're actually both sealed. So I actually have more of these over along here, and these are open. These are, you know, whatever. But these ones are sealed, and obviously, as you can imagine, they're pretty hard to come by. So these are just really nice pieces that I wanted to go ahead and have for the collection. Behind that is Muramasa, the Demon Blade. It's some kind of poster. I don't actually remember. I got this a long time ago, but I picked it up for relatively cheap, I think $10. And even though I don't know a whole lot about Muramasa, the Demon Blade, it's kind of a gem that I've wanted from the Wii for a long time. So I think I have a working copy now. I can't wait to actually dive into it. Coming down here, there's a Pokemon Center bag. I got that when I got the Halloween Celebi plush. There's some miscellaneous magazines, some Open Nintendo Force, some other strategy guides. Over here are quite a few Nintendo Powers. These go from, I think I have the second issue, to about 150 over here. And then it picks up from here to the end of Nintendo Power. Also, there is one Nintendo Power Advance, which is a separate type of thing. There is, I think, 12 issues. I don't know if that's right. But, yeah, that's a nice subset to go for. Coming back around, these are some of my sealed Nintendo Forces. Pretty cool. They have some cool inserts, so I don't mind keeping 1 or 2 sealed. Here are some figures in the box. I don't have all of them from my shelves in my old room, but here's a couple. Dark Samus. I love the pose she's got going on right there. And behind this Mew here is actually a Sora ornament, which is pretty cool. I found that earlier this year. I think it's neat. Coming over here, because it takes up space and for no other reason, here's a Pikachu and Eevee collection. It has a cool Pokeball and some cool promo cards. You can't really see them, but they're pretty neat. Not the best, but still cool. And also, as a space user, is this Monopoly thing that I picked up for 40 bucks when it was new. Whatever, no big deal, but it is neat. I think it's really awesome. And coming over here is the first shelf that I worked on, and kind of my most proud shelf, honestly. Up here are 2 Nintendo Cereal System boxes. These are incredibly rare, and this duo set was given to me by my father for Christmas a few years back. Honestly, I don't really know what to say about them. I think they're phenomenal. That one's holographic, as you can kind of tell. I don't know when these were discontinued, but I really wish we had more Nintendo cereal because these are badass. Yeah, just super cool and in pristine condition. I couldn't ask for anything better. Going down is my Zelda shelf. So as this was the first shelf I worked on, I have some more themes for each one. So this is Zelda themed. This is the pin for Majora's Mask. That's actually, yeah, there we go. Had to rotate that a little bit. Behind this is Four Swords Adventures. One of my more personal favorites of the Zelda. I'm probably going to get some flack for that, but I think the 2Ds are really good. Skyward Sword with the Skyward Sword amiibo. That's the original print of it, the one that you had to be an Amazon Prime member for. Still kind of mad about that. And then behind that is Breath of the Wild, the Special Edition, and then the Master Edition, which is super cool. Down below, this is my Tetsuya Nomura shelf. We have Kingdom Hearts on the left. We have The World Ends With You on the right. And in between, we have Dream Drop Distance, which I picked up for about $40 a couple years ago. It's complete, actually. Super happy about that. And further back is a Mr. Mew plush. Official from the Square Enix store. Down here, this is kind of a mix of Monster Hunter and Xenoblade Chronicles, 2 of some of my favorite RPGs. And I think it's just really nice. So behind on the left side is the special edition for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Then Xenoblade Chronicles X's special edition, which is a little dinged up, but still happy to have it. I believe it's sealed. The special edition for Xenoblade Chronicles, which comes with a Monado Red Classic Controller Pro, which is actually new in box. It still has the plastic wrap on it. Or cellophane or whatever it is. It's almost like a styrofoam. Anyway, I digress. Xenoblade Chronicles, of course, with the controller in the back, the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pro controller. And then Torna. Back here is Monster Hunter 4U's Special Edition. I wasn't joking when I said that I bought 3 of them. This was when I was on my Monster Hunter high, and I don't regret buying them, actually. They look great. They have a lot of really cool stuff in the collector's edition, and I think they're going to go up in value. Behind, or rather underneath them, is the Monster Hunter Tri Special Edition. I found this when I was at Amazon in Arizona about a year and a half ago. Actually, closer to 2 years now. And it's more or less new in box. The seal was broken, but overall everything is still in its plastic. Then there's my open for you. So you hold up the demo discs that I found for Monster Hunter Tri, which I picked up for like $1 or something. Super cool. I think they're really neat. Coming up next, we have some of my miscellaneous special editions. Octopath Traveler, Dead or Alive 5, which I found complete. It was like 15 bucks, I think, maybe 20. Still have the receipt in there too, actually. Mega Man Legacy Collection, which the box is a little dinged up. It's kind of folded in a bit, but it comes with this stupid Mega Man Gold amiibo that is literally just the Smash amiibo. Like, it has the same stand and everything. They just like dipped it in some gold paint. It's awful. And then Mega Man 11 with a badass amiibo. That's how you do an amiibo, right there. That amiibo is so cool. Lastly, coming down, we have the Fire Emblem shelf because I was starting to run out of ideas. I'm not gonna lie. So, as you can see, quite a bit of this shelf is actually just amiibo. And behind the Tiki and Chrom here is a Robin and a Roy. So I guess I need Marth, don't I? Cool little note about the Tiki and Chrom is that I happened upon them when I was going to work one day at the Best Buy near my workplace, and they were the only ones they had. So even though I was broke, I was spending my last like $30 picking them up. I had to get them. I had to, and I don't regret it one bit. Behind that is the Fire Emblem Three Houses Special Edition, new in box. Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia, really good game, my favorite so far, and I've played a lot of the Fire Emblems. And then behind the Corrin amiibo is 2 of the Fire Emblem Warriors Special Editions. I got those for like 35, 40 bucks each, which is basically buy one, get one free at that point. Over here we have an Oblivion Keyblade, because I picked it up for cheap after Halloween. In here is just a closet for some of my overflow, some of my posters, and also my father's stuff. So it's not really fully mine. I'm not going to open it for that reason. But there is some stuff over there. And then there's a Master Sword that my dad got me as well. Up here is a magnetic strip for Luigi's Mansion 3. On the other side of the shelf is also the complimentary strip. So I'm able to get some of these as well. Coming up, we have 2 other cereal boxes. The Blue Eyes White Dragon cereal box, which came out in 2019, almost at this year, but we're 2020 now, boys. Also is a Donkey Kong cereal box. Same type of deal as the cereal system. Just super cool, vintage, awesome, awesome stuff. And this is where the room starts to fall apart just a little bit. So these are 2 Mega Yarn Yoshi amiibo, as you can tell. There's also this that I found, rather my dad found it because he is a maintenance supervisor in some apartments we used to live in. And there was a move out and people left a bunch of stuff, and that's from the GoldenEye 007 Wii Special Edition release. Also, here's some more of these 20th anniversary plushies. Just space. They take up space. What can I say? Down here are some of my special edition controllers. We have gold classic controller, the Smash Pro controller, a Pokeball Plus, some other Pokeball Plus boxes behind it because I have a plan for those later. I wanted to put them on a belt and basically make like a Pokemon trainer's belt. And then lastly, we have a Samurai Warriors 3 classic controller here. Looks pretty cool. Really awesome. I actually really like that a lot. Super awesome controller. Happy to have it. Coming down here are some of my more favorite jewel cases and not plastic, I guess they're paper inserts. Skies of Arcadia, Sonic R on PC, which is very common, but I think it's neat, so I put it up there. And this is Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. You can't really see it a whole lot, but the cover is awesome. Japanese game. Super, super cool. Coming down over here, we have the Ocarina of Time soundtrack for registering Ocarina of Time 3D on Club Nintendo. Muramasa, the Demon Blade soundtrack. And the Smash soundtrack as well, which I don't think I really need to take out for you to see. Over here is Christmas Nights into Dreams, the Japanese version. Then a sealed version. It says previewed, but it's actually sealed. Previewed rather, sealed Christmas Nights into Dreams English release, and then behind that is just Nights into Dreams, the Japanese version. So really cool with that shelf. Below that, we have some retro stuff, so nothing major, but there is my Superboy right here, behind the Chrono Trigger with DKC slotted in, of course. Behind that is an SNES Classic. Over here, you can't really see it, but there is an SNES Classic in there, and the controller is just a nice display for it. Then we have an NES Classic, and then the NES controllers. I don't have the NES or the SNES Switch controllers because I was broke when they came out, and I don't even know if they still sell them. I hope they do. Over here, you guys got a quick preview of this before. This is more of my special edition shelf. So up here, this is the Game Boy Player disc, which is kind of a rarity. Even though the Game Boy Player itself is not the greatest, once you get that kind of unlocked, it becomes very worthwhile. So these are some more of those kiosk demos. I've shown these off on stream, and also there's a lot of info on them, especially as of late. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, Rodea the Sky Soldier. This, I'm not really sure what this is. I guess this is an anime, I guess, of Legend of the Mystical Ninja. I haven't seen this, but I picked this up when I was in Arizona. Lots of cool little shops over there. Coming over here is Zelda 1 NES cart. Just neat. Some 3DS special editions. Some miscellaneous special editions and some Switch ones. And then a boxed NES game from the one, the only LJN. You love to see it. Or maybe you don't. If you're an AVGN fan, you love to see it. And then here are some Wii special editions. Pretty cool stuff. Underneath those, again, are some of the 20th anniversary plushies because I needed to take up space. And I wanted to display some of the ones that I couldn't, like Shaman and Arceus. Lastly, as far as the shelves go, is sort of my miscellaneous shelf. This is my Halo 3 Xbox 360. I picked it up for pretty cheap at a thrift store. And I like it. It's cool. It came with the hard drive and everything. Pretty neat. Over here are some PlayStation ornaments. Just got those recently. I just think they're cool. Just to have. Behind these is a Gears of War 5 Xbox box. It's not the Xbox itself, just the box. I was able to pick this up for free, actually. Same time as when Toys R Us was going down. And lastly, I wanted to talk about this because it actually has a place in my heart. This is a Metal Gear Solid figure of Liquid Snake, of course. And a close friend of mine actually gave this to me. And I thought it was such an awesome gift. I mean, this is something he held on to for a long time, so just kind of a really cool moment there, you know, heart to heart. Lastly, as we wrap it up in the game room, behind the door here, and I hope this doesn't get me in trouble. So recently Viper sent me this for Christmas as well. And that's behind the door of shame. And then there's nothing else here. I have some space. I can put up some posters. And then a couple of my gamer hoodies, because I'm a real gamer, of course. Mega Man hoodie. I actually like to wear that a lot. And a Zelda hoodie that my ex gave me. But overall, this was the room. This took about as long as I expected it to get through everything. I have some more plans for everything, of course. I'm only really just getting started, but this is its final state for the time being. And the video took some inspiration from Nintendo Collecting. You should go check out his stuff as well. Heavily inspired in terms of commentary. So this is what I've been working on for the past, let's call it 4 months, maybe 5. And honestly, I could not be more proud. So, if you like this, share it around, you know, all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, yada yada. And maybe I'll be seeing you on the Twitch streams. Maybe you'll be seeing some face cam, and just maybe you'll be getting even more update videos as I really put the finishing touches on everything. But until next time, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.